What's up, world? You are welcome to this telly. Today we are discussing emotional intelligence 2.0. But before I start, if this is your first time, welcome to Nest Telly. I am Nez, and what we sit down and talk about here mostly is books. We have over 100 videos available now. This is our second anniversary. September 2020 is our second anniversary here on Nest Telly. So if this is your first time, we have like a huge playlist. Just go check out the page and all that, and don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and then when you're done watching and you enjoy the videos and all that, please share to everyone else. But thank you so much for coming. Okay, of course, my repeat people, much love. So emotional intelligence 2.0. Now, I know what you're thinking, right? This month, September 2020, we're talking about business and work and making money. So it's like what's concerning emotions, concerning that one. One thing we have to first understand is that we're emotional people. Okay, I'm learning that over and over again. If you've done business long enough, you know that emotions get involved. I don't know if you've ever had someone do work for you and they get so overly emotional about the work that they did or did not do. Like if you say, okay, I wish you didn't do this, and they don't get angry. What's wrong with you? I know my work, blah blah blah. I don't know if you understand. Emotional intelligence really needs to be applied at that part, especially for you. Though even better for the person doing the business, because tomorrow you might not want to call the person bad, because really, who has that kind of energy? But for you personally, if you want the best job and you want deals to go well and you want everything to happen the way you want it to happen, you should try to figure out your emotions. So Emotional Intelligence 2.0 is written by Travis Bradberry and Greaves Jean. What I kept wondering when they wrote 2.0, I was like, is there a 1.0 or is there a first one? But there isn't. They just do this 2.0 series. There's the Emotional Intelligence 2.0, there's Leadership 2.0, which I think I'll consider reading, maybe a month I have leadership, and all that, because this book was very thorough. I listened to this book on Scribd. I'll talk about that in a minute. Let me tell you the giveaway I got from this book. First of all, your emotional intelligence determines the quality of work you produce. No man is an island. Do you understand? So don't let the social media clap back culture fool you. The whole somebody tells you something in the office, you must talk back, or if somebody says something mildly racist to you, you must get offended and throw everything in the air. I'm not saying there's some personal convictions that you should do something about, but you cannot allow somebody else to control your emotions. You have to learn to be in control of your emotions. You have to understand your triggers, understand how to handle set triggers, and then figure out how to prosper the most. Some people work in jobs that they don't like for years because they have an end goal in sight. What's that noise? It is easy for you to find proper focus when everything is not emotionally attacking you. Do you understand? Like imagine if you got dressed, did your hair, did your makeup, got ready, and then entered road to go to work, and 3 people annoy you. You can now choose to destroy your whole day based upon what happened in the morning, or you can choose to just see these are emotional stuff, just push it somewhere, or figure out how to handle it, deal with it. If it's anger, because anger is a very strong, sometimes useful emotion, deal with the anger instantly, then go on and prosper and be productive the rest of the week. Do you understand? So emotions are very, very important. They help you with things like deals. I had an opportunity of talking to a wonderful friend yesterday who has like this 3-option deal that she doesn't like any of them, and she got so angry and she chose not to, but she knows she has to answer back. But like she can choose to be like, I beg me, I'm angry, I don't care, and not take the job. Meanwhile, these are actually opportunities that are good and helpful for her, but she's not going to take it. So that's what we need to think about when we think about emotions. Our emotions have been controlling a good part of the things that we do as a person. And yes, another common myth with emotions is that, in addition to the fact that we think that emotions are just it doesn't really matter in business, is that the people believe that women are more emotional than men. I think what I think the concern is what we consider emotional. A lot of times people feel like the crying is emotional. If we're angry, we cry. If we are sad, we cry. If we're happy, we cry. Oh, she's so emotional. A guy is angry, he screams. Some people break things, and we say, oh, he's strong, or he's not to be toyed with. But that's an emotional response. That's the fact. If you cannot be toyed with, you're a highly emotional person. You're a highly volatile person. You're like a volcano. Touch you too much, you will spread lava everywhere and everybody dies. So it's like emotions that myth is also problematic. So if you're in an office setting where some people might feel a certain way, like if as a woman you're with men and they feel like this woman doesn't know what she should do. I mean, I've heard of people that went to offices where men straight out told them, why don't you just go back to your husband's house and go and cook, or why don't you just go and get married and and do women things like normal. That is an emotional response. That's what the man is saying, because the man at that point she's feeling blocked in. Maybe they're not understanding what you're saying, or maybe you're talking about them and they don't like it, or you might be bringing about better solution. So they're just thinking first and just getting in my way of my greatness. Get out, and they try to just talk you down. You have to have a way to deal. You have to figure out a way to deal with those emotions. So things like identifying your triggers, knowing your the best ways, so the best outlets for your anger, the importance of talking, growing beautiful, masterful, excellent relationships, like learning to have tough conversations, learning to have very strong, deep intellectual conversations with people. It will go a long way. So that's the point of things like therapy and all that. But one major takeaway I think that really surprised me the most is the importance of your physical health. The likes of things like working out, sleeping. He gave one link for sleeping. They gave one link for sleeping and I found very interesting. They're like that. Your bed. Only use your bed for sleeping. Don't use it for any other thing. Don't sit on it for no reason. Don't use it to read. Besides, your body, with time, your body will learn that any time I'm on this bed is to sleep. And of course, I think I've heard of this before, but I don't practice it. I should learn to practice it. 2 hours before you go to bed, make sure that you don't look at any screen. That includes the TV, that includes your phone. 2 hours before you go to bed. So like 2 hours before you go to bed, you can start doing things like journaling, eating, whatever you want to do. Sit down, play with somebody, play a game, talk, do that. Then when it's time to sleep, you hit the bed and then sleep. The quality of your sleep determines the quality of your emotions. That's the best way for you to handle your emotions, because most times when you're exhausted, I think all of us have been there. Most of us, all the time when we're exhausted, we tend to make poor emotional decisions or have poor emotional reasonings. Do you understand? So that's pretty much it with this book. I listened to it on script. Now, why I wanted to talk about the script thing is that, okay, the book, before the book actually starts, there's a link that you're supposed to go to that is in the book. So you have to buy the book to get this link. If you don't buy the book, you don't get the link. If you go to a library, you have to be the first person reading that book to get this link. After that, you don't get the book. Do you understand? So it's not available on screen because I listened to it now. I have to go for the book to buy it, because that link leads you to a place where you take emotional stress tests. Your emotional stress test is one of the things that help you figure out your triggers, figure out what you can do to make yourself a better communicator and better at handling your emotions. So it's very, very important that you do this thing. However, since I had no access to this stress test situation, I went online and I took on some other that's on Google. Just go to Google, emotional stress test, emotional test. Just look through, see what you're about, find out what you are, what it means, blah blah blah. It's a good way to just have a good idea of who you are, because I think that's one of the best things that will make you to succeed is being self-aware. Yes, self-aware was a word that they used a lot in this book. Being very self-aware, be aware of who you are. Don't be too, as not like you shouldn't shock yourself, but don't be too unaware. Like you cannot come to somebody who needs your help and not give them help and then get angry for them getting angry. I don't know if you understand. Be self-aware, especially with someone that's important to you, your parents, your children, your spouse, your friends, or your co-workers. There shouldn't be somebody that you just come barge into their office, scatter their table and not be aware. You're not, until you're not a child, but even children are a little more aware. They know when they do these things sometimes. Do you understand? Try to be, the importance of self-awareness is there. So you find out how self-aware you are as a person. And of course, in this test, there's no failing or passing. Just know who you are, then you know the work that you're supposed to do to make yourself better. Should you read this book? Yes. It's a small book, like 5 hours long. I love how it was very simplistic, straight to the point, lots of examples, people that took the stress test, what it was like. Then they spoke to some people in their offices, like this is what this person's stress test says. So how do the office people like working with this person? Some people are like, no, we don't like them. Some people say, oh, we like them, they're really cool. So it's like all those kind of things. It's really, 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 really a great place to be. So if I don't know if I've said it already, but if I haven't, please like this video, okay? Get more people to know about this video so that we can push the views up. And then don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you get a notification anytime I put up a new video. And until next time, bye bye. And I'm sure somewhere on this screen, here or here, you will see a video that you can watch. So bye bye.